I've been coming here for 17 years. My mom forced me up at about 14 years old. I was started as a CIT volunteer, and I needed camp, I think, as much as camp wound up needing me. I was a younger kid, didn't exactly know which directions I was going in, and camp helped me grow and learn, and it grew with me. I grew with camp, became a part of me. I've had every position at camp, from assistant director to waterfront director. I've been the cook for several weeks. I've been nurse for several weeks. I've been very involved. I've prided myself on being able to wear all the hats around here, which it's a pretty intricate place, so it takes something like that. Camp doesn't come to fruition until we've been through an entire week. At the end of the week, we have a big commencement fire, and we get a chance to speak and to give a dedication or a thank you, and you get to hear directly from the campers. Getting to hear from a child's, from their perspective, how you've helped them. A personal thank you from a camper is an extraordinarily moving experience. A lot of the staff won't realize how much of an impact they've had until after it's over with. It's also a summer camp, so you got kids running around all over the place. The staff, from 16 to 20 somethings, just keeping each other energetic and involved and having fun. But yeah, it happens at a one-on-one level. It's very difficult to find an opportunity to impact someone's life on that level. I've been working long enough that I probably have a different perspective on our campers. We used to get campers that were maybe a little rougher around the edges. We had disciplinary challenges, and some of these kids, you don't really know what they have to go home to. We work with underprivileged campers. Oftentimes we work with campers who may have suffered circumstances worse than that. We don't know, and that's why it's good. We don't involve ourselves with interventions or counseling on that level. Our job is to make these kids feel like a normal kid, make them feel like they've got a normal life for a week. And if that means 3 hot meals a day, there's a very good chance that that's the first time that kid's had 3 hot meals a day. And that's a powerful thing. Troubled youth, that's a really great question. I am blown away at how smart kids are. They've got technology at their fingertips. They've got resources, right? But it's the down-to-earth experiences, the level on which we interact, I think, that make people grow. I think children are growing up earlier, and that it's important to get them experiences earlier and earlier. And by somebody graduating at 18 years old, smarter than I was after college. So that means we've got to get earlier and start faster, getting ahead. Also, we always remember those bad experiences with much more gravity than we do our good experiences. So it's pronounced to me when I'll travel on the bus. One of the unique parts about our program is that we bus in and out all of our campers, so they don't have to pay for transportation. You get home and you deliver these kids back to what they're going home to, and sometimes you wish you could pull them right back and throw them on the bus. And I wish it could happen earlier, So do I worry about youth? Not too much. It still feels and seems like all the same jokes still work, all the same old tricks still work. I've been pulling them back out year after year, and the kids still respond. They still respond to generosity, kindness, and love. They do not respond well to cruelty, brash, harsh language and tone of voice. Those things that are positive, those things that are naturally positive, is what gets the best responses. If you can't make a child smile, you're not trying very hard. I have traveled the country, I have worked from coast to coast. There is not anywhere else that I've ever found that I can go make this much of an impact on this demographic of child with this type of support. We have a very gracious director who allows us the freedom of expression, allows us to be creative, and Mr. O'Brien allows this place to go to a point where we aren't beholden to anyone. We don't feel it. Like, we do know where our money comes from and who we are working with and on the behalf of, but we don't feel like we have to push an agenda. You know, one of our only real mission statements is that we're going to bridge the communication gap between children and law enforcement. Deputy Vic is on his dock right now in 25-mile-an-hour winds trying to get fishing poles rigged up for 7 kids. That's happening. So we've checked off our mission, and now we just get to have fun. And that's what a program like this should be. I hope camp has vision. It really truly needs that. It needs conceptual vision. It's a large property. I think we've got somewhere around 30 buildings. I've changed the hot water tanks in half of them, and that part of it, the facility itself, that'll happen. Somebody can always lay bricks, somebody can always patch a screen, but the creative vision, it's hard. It comes from the lake, it comes from the spirit of Mother Iroquois, and this is not the first camp that has been on this property. It's been through a few generations, and keeping something this special, I mean, look around, like, to have a place like this, I worry every day that without the right focus, who knows what could happen. I hope for vision. I hope, and the lake doesn't dry up, and we'll be all right.